Hi, pretty baby. Aw, bye. Sad. Hey guys, welcome back to RhitznRoots. So we are about to go on a little walk today. As usual, we go on a walk every day just to be with my family, get our hearts going. But before we do, I just decided to come out in the garden and just take a look at what's going on. It is Tuesday, June 30th, I believe, and it's about 6 o'clock in the evening. I decided to come out and check on everything because it was a very windy Sunday. Saturday and Sunday mostly, but there has been a little bit of wind damage here and there on some of my plants, so I'm just kind of cutting off what's unnecessary, what's wilting. As you can see here, I've got a little bit of a pile. But yeah, I have cleaned this raised bed from the other day. As you can see, there is a lot of growing space, and I'm still deciding on what to put here. If you look around, you'll see there was a lot of seeds that have dropped here. Initially, I had, let me see, I had 2 Swiss charts. So I had 4 Swiss charts here. I had 12 different bok choy plants. Unfortunately, some have died. I've been able to harvest a little bit of the seeds from it, but majority of them died. So we're going to try again with the seeds that I have. But as I mentioned, there's volunteer plants, and I'm not sure if that is a bok choy, so we'll definitely wait and see what those become. It is pretty cool today. Yesterday was a high of 79 degrees. Today it was a high of, I think it was like 90 degrees, but oh, excuse me, sorry. But it's definitely not that hot. These are the lemongrass. I still have a few, especially in the front over there. But this is what I have left from the giveaway. As well, there were some that were dying, so I'm waiting to see how those do. They are slowly growing. But yeah, I've got these tomatoes that are volunteer tomatoes. I'm assuming they're cherry tomatoes. We'll keep waiting and figure out exactly what they are. But I have cut majority of the leaves that were wilting. I don't really leave too much foliage on my tomatoes considering flower horn issues. And I know a lot of people have problems with that. So far for the past couple of years, it hasn't been a great problem for me. Not to say that I don't have any, but so far this has been what's working for me, is removing most of the foliage, especially anything that's beyond where the fruit starts. I do similar on this one. As you can see, like I said, I really don't know what kind of tomato this is, but it's very tall. This is reaching about 5 feet now. But yeah, everything's growing really well as usual. Like I said, this raised bed's about 2.5 years old, and I initially when I started, I trench composted this whole raised bed. Basically, trench composting is putting the compost into long deep hole. The compost pretty much went down about 1.5 feet into this raised bed, so there was a bunch of leftover scraps, like table scraps and old foliage that I put into their newspaper. And yeah, this is a very healthy soil. This raised bed produces so much all throughout the year, every season. Pretty much we have like 2 seasons a year of growing, depending on what you're growing. But anyway, I've got the volunteer watermelon that comes back every year here, and as you can see, it is strangling the cilantro that is turning into coriander seeds here. So those will dry off. I'll collect them. And I don't really use coriander. I do use cilantro even more, which goes into almost everything. I even use cilantro for making Alfredo, fettuccine Alfredo. You'll see there is the one loofah seed that I forgot that was there. It's growing prolifically here, as you can see. It's got so many veins growing all over the place. It's doing a lot better than all the other ones. Like I said, the other 2 raised beds are still brand new compared to this one. But it's doing really well, as you can see. Green beans are still up. Beans are really good soil amenders. They help to increase the nitrogen into the soil. So as I mentioned in previous videos, this green bean plant that's growing here as well as here, and they came up voluntarily. I'm leaving there not because I like green beans, which I do, but it's mainly to help amend the soil. And there's a lot of different kinds of plants that are like that. Beans are the ones I know are for sure. But as you can see here, everything else is doing well. This is the raspberry plant that I have. As you can see, there's some raspberries in there I forgot to collect. But those are the old branches. These are new ones. And if you lift this, as usual, there's so many flowers. Flowers mean raspberries, so we're so excited for that. We come here every day and we tend to find like new raspberries every day. And we think we grabbed all of them, but then there's more, which is awesome. Like have these random wasps here and there that come to check out to see if they can eat something in there. But the zucchini here, it's doing really well. Growing lots of zucchinis. As I mentioned, I get about 2 to 3 every week. You can see my foot is a size 6.5, and that leaf is humongous. I'll show you guys the sunflower leaf here in just a bit. There's this crazy, if you guys know what that bug is, let me know in the comments, because it's amazing. It's a navy blue type bug. I'm not sure what it is, friend or foe, but it looks beautiful. Got some zucchinis growing there. As you can see, there's 2. I might just get more than just 2 this week. So, see, definitely getting more than 2 this week. That makes 3 right there on our count. So you can see there, my corn died. I don't know what I did with it. I've never grown corn before. Oh well, everything's a learning curve, right? There's another zucchini in there. My goodness. I probably have to clean this area These are the celery. There's a celery stalk here, fell over. But it's flowering. And they're doing really well there, as you can see. They're not very thick. That's okay. I still use these guys anyway. We'll see how it is to collect these flowers here, or the seeds for the celery. Gotta look that up. Show you guys how it's done later. And this is supposed to be a mammoth sunflower, which I have 3 in the garden. I will show you guys the real mammoth one, but they all came from the same seed bag I got from Lowe's. And this one, as you can see, it's starting to flower out. I believe this is about the time that most sunflowers turn into flower, because majority of it is foliage. Stay tuned, I'll show you the big one, and you can tell me what you think compared to this and this, which, as I mentioned, the flower is going to grow out, and they're very pretty flowers. Don't get me wrong, but I am very sad that these guys are small. And it's weird how those came from the same seed bag that I bought. So yeah, you see a lot of leaf damage from the winds here. Sometimes, depending on the leaves, how bad it is, I'll kind of pull them off, but these ones aren't too bad. We did find on Sunday morning, we did find one of these Cadota figs on the ground, and unfortunately I didn't get it on camera, take a picture or anything. It was just, we just had to eat it right away. Unfortunately, these are so delicious. I was trying to think of like the flavor profile on them. All I could think of was like a vanilla cotton candy. They were amazing. But as soon as we get more, I promise you guys, I will show you. Something going on with the leaves here. Might just be due to the sun and the wind, but, or it might just be nothing, because the rest of it looks great, as you can see. Anyway, more zucchinis there. That makes 5, 6. So I'm gonna have a lot of zucchinis this year, or this week. This is the sapote, still looking okay. Here is the pineapple guava, which has a lot of fruits, and they are plumping up. Really looking forward to them. There's a lot of ants everywhere, and I gotta debate on exactly what I'm going to do about that. But we are very excited about these fruits. They don't typically, so these fruits, the pineapple guava fruits, you'll know when they're ready when the fruits start falling to the ground. They get about that big, I would say. As you can see here, that's not even there. Who knows? They've been this big previous years. They may grow even bigger this year, considering that this is an older plant. But on Sunday, this tree was bowing sideways. And so my husband helped me out, thank you, honey, on putting those support posts on the sides of them, which we took out the support post assuming it'll be okay. It needs to get stronger on its own, but no way. Sunday was a killer day. It was no good. So yeah, that's doing better. You'll see we're so excited. So fruits on this typically isn't ready until, I would say, about September, October. It does take a little while, but it's well worth it. And this year, as I mentioned, we've been kept from eating the flowers on these, which for good reason. As you can see, we have so much more fruits. Like last year, it didn't even look like this. You could barely see any fruits. And this year, I'm so happy that my husband kept me and my kids from eating them because there's so many fruits. I think last year we could count the fruits that we got from this tree in our hands. And like I said, this year it's so much more than that. So thank you, honey. There's the rest of everything. This bear's lime. No hope again this year. If you guys may know what's wrong with it, please leave me a comment below. But I have done everything that I can. I've given it citrus food regularly. I water it regularly. I've given it so many different soil amendments. The next thing I'm going to probably do is add more chelated iron. As you can see on the leaves, there's like yellowing of the leaves and the veins that's on them. That means it's lacking of iron. So I'm probably gonna hit it up again with more chelated iron and then add some more phosphorus to it to get it to flower again. And there's the avocado. As you can see here, I removed the leaves off of the stems, which more likely I'm gonna have to pick between these four to see which one we're gonna keep. But as you can see, not only was the wind really harsh to it, but as well the sun is damaging the leaves. But that little bit of damage is just teaching this plant to be stronger. Alright, so we've got artichokes, still purple. We'll leave that on its own, and eventually I'll probably put pantyhose on top of it to collect the seeds that's within there, because there's seeds in here somewhere. Yeah, those are seeds. No, there isn't. Ow! Forget it. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Sorry. And here is our Asian pear tree. We had so many fruits on them, and now what is left is just on the bottom. We had a lot of fruits that fell down. My husband and my kids collected them yesterday. So we are just going to be eating that at its young age, which is actually, I've had one that fall off before, and they're actually pretty sweet, even with them being this small. So there you are. They still look good. It's our first year having this, first season having it. Here is our nectarine tree. No more nectarines in them. I'm actually looking to root one of the branches, so keep an eye on my videos. I'm going to get a video put together to root one of these branches. Someone had asked me prior to this and gave me that idea, so I'm looking forward onto that. And as you'll see here, we've got the elephant ears suffering from sun damage. As well, my golden raspberry is doing the same. It's trying to figure things out. So I don't believe in shade cloths. I'm sure there's some of you that would probably say, put a shade cloth, but all of my plants that are here exist without shade cloths, and I do okay without it. I'm okay without having it. All right, so here is my 1-year-old raised bed with the loofahs. And I've had loofahs here before. This year I only have 3 loofah vines growing. I'm hoping to have more because I put some seeds into it just a couple of weeks ago. Oh no, not a couple of weeks ago. Just a couple days ago. And we'll see if it sprouts. I'd love more loofahs, but who knows what'll happen. But as you can see, the loofahs are doing well. Definitely the loofah on the other side is doing a lot better than these ones, but these are doing just fine also. These are not dying, so that's one plus. I had to cut down a lot of the Swiss chards. We've been eating Swiss chards. We actually just had Swiss chard for dinner tonight. But you can see there's more seeds of coriander growing. So I'm looking forward to having those and drying them off and growing more cilantro. But this is, as you can see here, this is the mammoth sunflower that I mentioned. The other 2 were tiny, and this one is gigantic. And if you can see, oh, almost eat it there. Sorry. If you can see, the leaves are humongous. They're huge. It's a tall tree. I am 5'2", and this thing is huge. So, as you can see, it's doing really, really well. So pretty. Moving on to this one here. We have okras growing. Put these in, and I think that was March, right? February or March. And you can see so this is actually going to be a flower, is what I realized. The only reason why I say that is because that looked like an okra, which that's what this one looked like the other day. It sprouted a flower, and as you can see here now, for sure, that's okra. So, as you can see here, there's a couple more buds. We're really looking forward to that. And cinnamon basil is looking great. And I still get just a little bit of it here and there just to eat on my own. So I'll pretty much pinch it like that and just eat it on its own, which is really good. But pinching it like that also helps to increase the growth onto the plant itself. So I'm actually gonna, while I'm here, I might as well do that with you guys. Oopsie. Oh my god, they smell amazing. Yummy. There is lettuce, more lettuce, and as you can see here, this lettuce bolted and is flowering now, so we are waiting for those to turn into seed for our collection. Nothing going on here, just a bunch of bunch of foliage. And there is a broccoli rabe, more of the okra there, some more lettuce growing, and I had thrown some seeds in here. I'm not too sure exactly what that is. It looks like amaranth. We'll see what that turns out to be, but I had thrown some seeds in here, and there should be carrot seeds and beet seeds in here. So supposed to be beet seeds are growing here. And I believe I threw carrots in here, but it doesn't look like there's anything growing out. And that's about it. So yeah, that is my quick garden tour. I know it's not that quick, it's 25 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just wanted to show you guys how everything's growing so far, especially after those winds. As you can see, everything has already calmed down. So we are now going for a walk. Thank you guys for joining me here at RhitznRoots. Until next time. Also, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I really appreciate you guys. I am up to 93 viewers now, so thank you guys so much for being here with me. And until next time, you guys have a wonderful day and happy gardening. See you later.